of the book, 12th Planet, when it was published in 1976. And one of them, a very favorable one, was in the Library Journal, which induced the libraries to buy and have the book. And the reviewer there said the following, that though this idea of extraterrestrials or ancient astronauts having come to Earth and visited Earth has been around, this book the reviewer wrote, is different because it doesn't just surmise, it doesn't just say, look at the pyramids, so who could have built them? So not the people, so somebody who came here. But it's different because it gives us, allows us to see and read for ourselves the written, the underlying words on the word written, the written evidence of people in antiquity who were to some extent witness to the events and saw and worshipped those who came to earth. So it is this fact that the book, like all the others, by the way, of the Earth Chronicles series, does not have the word I even once. Nowhere does it say, I think, or it seems to me, or whatever. It says, there is a tablet in the British Museum, it's dated such and such, and that's what it says. There is this artifact or this statue, and that's what they show, and there's a picture. So it's always saying, here is the evidence that does not come from me. I never claimed that I went to one of those ancient sites and poking in the ground with a stick. I found a tablet that nobody knew about it, and nobody had an idea that it may be saying this or that. It is all discovered by others, and it is all from ancient times, and that's really what made the difference. Now the title of the book, The 12th Planet, was, I mean, I chose it, but was a surprise to me, a total surprise, because when I started researching and writing, my purpose, my target was to solve a problem, a question that I asked, that started when I was a schoolboy, fortunate to study the Bible, the Old Testament, in its original Hebrew language, that as a schoolboy, I raised my hand and asked my teacher a question. It had to do with very enigmatic verses in chapter 6 of Genesis that precede the story of the flood of Noah and the ark, etc. And which a verse that is usually translated in English to read, there were giants upon the earth.
He can't see it through it.
So, and I said, why is it translated giants when the word in Hebrew, Nephilim, means those who have come down? And instead of being complimented, I was reprimanded for questioning the Bible. And that really stayed with me. I felt hurt that day, and I kept wondering, who were the Nephilim? What did the Bible mean by that? And I think some of you know from one of the dedications in the books that I became a pest, and there wasn't an occasion of a family or friends or anybody getting together for whatever that I sooner or later say, well, yes, that reminds me of the Nephilim. I would bring up the subject, and I was a journalist in Israel, Palestine at the time, and my wife one day told me, why don't you start writing and not just talking about it? Now, it sounds like she encouraged me to write. Actually, she got sick and tired of hearing me talk about it. So who were the Nephilim? And that was my search, and actually in the 12th planet, those visitors to Earth, later identified by me as coming from a planet called Nibiru in our own solar system, so there was no intergalactic travel involved. They are called in that book Nephilim. And only later did I realize, because truthfully, as I continued writing, as I continued researching, I too was educating myself. You know, I learned Sumerian to read, to be able to read the tablets for myself, learned Akkadian, was forced to study some astronomy. So I too went through a process of learning and education. So then, at some point, I understood that the reason that the word Nephilim was translated giants is because later in the Bible it says that they were part of the Anakim, which is deemed to mean giants, because Goliath was a descendant of them. So, and Anakim, and then I said, oh, wait a minute, Anakim is Hebrew for Anunnaki. So I'm now dealing with the Anunnaki, so that opened up a whole new thing. Now the book, The 12th Planet, I did not bring a copy with me because I don't know if they are here, but there's supposed to be a young lady who came here so that I could autograph the book that she bought.
I've got one you can do, but we'll do it later.
I think it's Miss Jacqueline from Austin, Texas. She's here. Anyway, just one of those who came who intended to come was a young lady who oh, there it is, there it's coming. Okay, you must be the famous fiancé. Anyway, I received a letter from a young lady, her first name is Jacqueline, who said she is engaged, she's a fiancé, a boyfriend. I'm not trying to force anything on you. That is a great fan of mine, and as a token of her love for him, she went and found somewhere a copy of the first book, and how could I arrange for her to autograph it and give it to him? So I said, well, this is the occasion. Is this the young lady? Come here. So I said, well, if you come at 10, I will not just sign the book, I'll even take a picture with the two of you.
Somebody should grab her camera.
Oh, that's terrific. Oh.
We'll see what happens.
Well, don't forget to get the book signed.
Hold up the book, Tim.
There we go.
Yeah, hold the book up.
Yeah, go back. Oh, stand by. Sweet.
Okay.
What a special treat, huh?
But if I've